Good afternoon, classmates. My name is Randy, and today I'm going to be discussing the Scopes trial. As historians, we must consult the best possible sources, which is generally primary sources, and that will help us understand the people and events that make history what it is. Scopes' trial took place in 1925 and involved schoolteacher John Scopes, who was accused of violating the Butler Act, which prohibited the teaching of anything that denied the divine creation and that man was descended from a lower order of animals, such as apes and those sorts of things. The case was quickly sensationalized, attracting the attention of the nation. Williams Jennings Bryan spoke on behalf of the prosecution, and he was a witness on the expertise of Scripture and things of that sort. He believed that there was an attack on American fundamentalism, which is why he got involved. Clarence Darrow represented Scopes, along with the backing of the ACLU. Scopes had taught biology from the controversial book Civic Biology by George W. Hunter. Scopes, for his part, he was unsure if he had actually taught evolution, but he volunteered to take the fall so the trial would have a defendant. While the trial took place during the fundamentalist modernist controversy, it was more than that involved. It also called into question the constitutionality of banning certain types of instruction in the classroom, curtailing of learning by government agencies, and restraining of teachers' ability to teach. Scopes ended up losing the case, as we all know, which for both sides was a victory, as Scopes intended to appeal the decision anyway, and the prosecution got a win for the cause of anti-evolution. Darrow, Scopes' attorney, believed that Scopes had been condemned from the start of the case, and so encouraged the jury to find Scopes guilty so that they could appeal the case, which of course they did. Also, the defense argued that the Butler Act violated Scopes' constitutionally protected right to free speech. Although the appeals court rejected most of Darrow's arguments in the end, specifically the unconstitutionality of the Butler Act, the conviction was eventually overturned on a technicality. As in, the technicality was that only a jury could give a fine, and Scopes was fined $100 at the time. So what then is the importance of this trial today? Well, I believe it opened the door for evolution being taught in schools instead of religion. Religion and creation have taken a back seat at this time. Actually, and even made it illegal to teach in a public school. So what this means is that there's been a reversal. The very thing that they feared, the teaching of evolution, is all that's allowed now. We no longer teach intelligent design, simply that we evolved from a proto-human or other lower life form. So the very concept feared by Bryan and other fundamentalists is now what we have. Perhaps a better alternative would have been to leave the origin of humans in the hands of parents instead of introducing it into a classroom. That way we can teach our children to believe in something the way we want to believe, not have it taught in a contrary belief to what we believe in.